You are live, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, I got the.
You got them notification?
I did get the notification.
And that was a lot faster this time. That was 15 seconds. What's up, everybody?
I love our thumbnail.
We got a thumbs up, but no viewers.
No, you got viewers. They're just watching the ads.
Oh, 2 people are in, 5 people are in. Incense shop, what's up?
Again. God bless America.
Okay, y'all, we are on the road, and there has been an accident way up ahead.
2 accidents.
2 accidents in South Kakalaki, and we're having to do all these kinds of maneuvers
To get out the way.
For the EMS. So I want to let you guys know our special guest for tomorrow night has been secured. Matter of fact, they're right behind us.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. No, I can wait now. Let me tell you what.
And so we be rolling.
We hating.
And so we're going to Big Ben. How y'all doing, Mr. Jason, Miss Robin? On the other being stuck in traffic.
Yeah, traffic is not good. Because every time I try to get into traffic, I look in my rearview mirror and we got flashing lights behind us.
So Friday Q&A, we figured we'd come on now. I know it's like almost an hour before we normally do. But hey, this way, if y'all got a question for Miss Robin, Miss Mama Bear, y'all can answer that too. Mm-hmm. So we went to another garden show. We are on our way home.
We were in Greenville. There was a huge home and garden.
It was
show.
huge.
It was very big. There was rows and rows and what was there, like 6 different rows of exhibitors. It was huge. Still had a ton of hot tubs.
There was still a hot tub person there.
And there was mattresses.
Mattresses. There was a tree spade truck company. Mm-hmm. He has these big giant shovels, and he would hydraulics, and it would push down into the ground
and pull up
a big full tree, y'all. Mm-hmm. Full grown tree.
And they also had a tiny home there.
Yes, there was a tiny house there, and Robin was like, "This is the one I want." And I'm like, "But no." She said, "When the kids are gone, this is what we're bringing in on the property, and then we're going to turn the house into something else." And I was like, "Okay, cause we're special."
Because it was nice. I had a small little living room area to hang out, read a book, do your thing. Had a nice little kitchen.
My TV's bigger than that area. Just saying.
Had a kitchen.
The
appliances, and then I had a stacked washer and dryer.
Yes, and that brought flashbacks from my bachelor days. But we were there just to see. We didn't have an exhibit.
I got a real tiny home. It's 10 foot by 10 foot.
But it was really cute, and I can see why a lot of folks are getting into them.
If it's just 2 people,
yeah, that's more than enough room.
I mean, now granted, there was a loft up above.
The old people ain't gonna be able to get up in there.
Old people ain't getting up there. Just saying.
We're gonna have to install one of them easy lift chairs.
But they were made by Clayton Homes.
Mm-hmm.
It was Clayton Homes, and they're now offering like tiny homes. And they had
the porch was really nice.
They had like 8 different floor plans.
Okay, you took the paper from
6 or 8 floor plans that were really like kind of nice.
They have a whole tiny home community in Travelers Rest,
South Carolina. Yeah, and they were around $80,000.
Yeah, 80 G's.
Mm-hmm.
That's to get into the neighborhood.
No, that was the house.
That was the house?
Yes.
I didn't pay that much for my real house.
I don't know.
People with
canes, neither like me.
Yeah, I know.
They were saying that one that we walked into was a little over 400 square feet.
Yeah.
Not very big.
Yeah.
So.
Sup, Tanya? Sup, Suburban?
What you doing?
We're stuck in traffic.
Stuck in traffic.
So this is our Friday Q&A, guys. So go ahead and ask your questions.
Ask away.
Ask your questions.
Jason. Almost lost my.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're moving.
Making tacos.
Moving. How long have you been YouTubing?
Oh.
We are officially the oldest YouTube channel in the homesteading genre. We've been 2000, was it 2007? 2011?
2007 or 2008. It might have been 2008.
Yeah. Okay.
Bearded Brother asked something.
How do I get this?
Just touch it.
Touch it. I'm touching. No touchy. Touch. Oh.
Don't touch.
Okay. Booga. How tall are you? 5'10". Holy crap. I land 3 tiny houses wasn't even that much. I know, right? Bearded Brother asks, how many cups of sugar does it take to go to the moon? Dork. Can't believe I even read that one out loud.
God bless America.
Here comes another flashing light. So, we met, like today I met a couple of master gardeners. Let's see. Met some solar power dudes. What?
This jacktard. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he ain't
going to get
playing.
in his own accident.
Yeah.
And then these guys. Oh, people are so not smart.
She was about to say a word.
You can tell that people are not aware of their surroundings. It is ridiculous.
So how many raised beds are out front are you planning to put in?
As many will fit.
That is a very good question.
You know a Georgia Master Gardener. Me.
Right now, I think we've already got, 12 or 13 of them out there. And so we're hoping to get in there. How are the seedlings doing? They are doing great. The cabbage ones have broke ground.
Finally breaking ground.
The Brussels sprouts and broccoli
Need to go outside, but it's raining.
Need to go outside. It's time for them to go outside. They got to get out of my house. Because they're...
No, they're tall. Yeah, they're taller than that. They're cute.
Yeah.
They're aware. They just don't care.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
And let's see.
I mean, we're in standstill traffic, and
Somebody's not behaving.
I know.
I'm
I'm in standstill traffic, and I am off on the shoulder to make sure that there's room. But the people in front of me are so intent on merging right now, which they can't really merge, that they're making a big deal.
Making a big brouhaha. See, right there is the curb.
Are you really? Let me show everybody the curb. Because
Yeah.
you wanted to see the curb, y'all.
I know. You wanted to see the curb. You wanted to see the curbage.
But once I can merge over, I'm going to merge, but I'm trying to pay attention to what's behind me in case somebody else... You never know. You might be the person that's blocking the ambulance that needs to be able to save somebody's life.
Have y'all done direct planting versus
Seedlings.
seedlings? Yes, we've done some direct planting.
For what?
Well, last year we done a lot of the beans were direct planted.
Yeah, I mean, we've
some
done
of the squash
direct
was
planting.
direct
We
planted.
can't do any right now because it'll wash away.
What are you putting on the bottom of your raised beds, if anything? Great question, Mama Old Ways. Okay, we put 2 things on the bottom of our raised bed. First thing we put, whoosh, across the bottom, is 1/2 inch of galvanized hardware cloth. I don't have a tremendous problem with moles, voles, or gophers, or groundhogs, but you never know when them little boogers will show up. Mm-hmm. And so I do it as a preventative. I also then put a chunk of cardboard. Now I do punch holes throughout the cardboard, and then I put a layer of rocks, and all of that is to help. The reason why I punch the holes and put the rocks is to help with drainage. Is that your brakes? No, because you're stopped. That's an 18-wheeler. So that's what we put on the raised beds. Now, let's talk about the raised beds for a second. Mama brought that up.
She said, how many we're going to have?
I don't, as many as I can make and get out there.
As many as we can fit.
We do not use railroad ties or pressure treated lumber.
We'll thick plastic.
Stop voles too. No. They'll chew right through it.
They're going to chew right through it.
Yeah.
What's the plan for all this food y'all are planning on growing?
Well, one of the things that we're hoping to do with some of it is with the classes that we're going to start to offer, we are hopefully going to be able to feed everybody in the class as well. Excuse me.
So the quick answer is probably preserve a bunch of it.
Yeah, we're going to be preserving a whole bunch. And we're going to be
freezing, dehydrated, canning, all that. What?
I was going to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And eating. We're going to eat.
And we're going to eat it.
You know Dessa is going to eat the tar fire out of it. I'm just saying. Dessa is one of the few people that I know gains weight in the summertime. But LaDessa grew about 6 inches already.
Not if the watermelon eater gets it first.
Exactly. But
it's going to be a lot of canning. Yep, sure is.
Will you build a solar dehydrator eventually? Just like we want to try to reach out and eventually get a solar oven. We talked.
Hey, city girl, what's up?
Whoop, whoop.
I'm so glad to see you. Haven't seen her in a while. I hope she's feeling better.
Do you think it would be okay to make small beds out of pallets? Absolutely. We're using pallet wood.
We just broke it down and rebuilt.
Yeah, we just took them apart.
Just make sure they're the heat treated.
I've got a video somewhere that shows you guys how to identify whether they're pressure treated or heat treated. And basically you have to look for the stamp on it where it's almost like a brand that they would burn in there, that it'll say a P or an H. And the P obviously stands for pressure treated and the H actually stands for heat treated.
You don't say.
Just because you're beautiful don't mean you can be mean to me.
I don't know, I'm looking pretty rough now.
No,
it's been
you are
a
hot.
long day, y'all.
You are smoking.
Heat treated.
Yes, they pretty much. Oh, look at the plane. Squirrel.
The plane.
Bro, there's an airport around here?
We were right next to it.
We were?
The convention center was right on the other side of it.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I can't recall right off the top of my head what the temperature is, but they basically bake the wood.
Like in a kiln kind of thing. If you want to keep you will have to keep Ladessa out of the look. Y'all make jokes, but I'm telling you.
I'm gonna catch her on film.
Beans? Forget about beans. Your thoughts on wood versus metal raised beds?
I want them both.
Ideally, we would like to have all metal, but they're so expensive right now.
Yeah.
Where we have pretty much an unlimited supply of wood, heat-treated wood, it just makes more sense for us right now. And it keeps that stuff from being burned and getting back into the ozone and stuff. Because that's what they're doing with it. If we don't grab it, somebody else doesn't grab it, it's going somewhere into a burn pit and it's getting burned. What's our weather like for the weekend?
Let me show you.
Take a look. sucks. That's it. Sit.
It's nasty.
Baby, you gotta flip it around.
I'm flipping it around.
Oh.
I'm mashing the button. It just ain't working.
We are literally in standstill traffic.
Do you
This
think?
sucks.
Yeah. So, what y'all want to talk about?
I want you to make this a little bit more even.
I'm sorry. Is this date night? Kind of. Yes.
Not really. Yeah, we were thinking about that.
We were thinking about that, and then Robin was like, "Why don't you go live? Why don't you go live?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can go live." And yes, we got gas. We got gas right before we met up with our special guest for tomorrow night. And of course, we're in the.
Where are you stuck at? We're in Greenville.
We're in the almighty Prius. So, a lot of battery operated things going on. So, at this home and garden center thing, we met a solar guy.
We met one solar guy.
Who they are very interested in working with us to help bring you guys a homesteader type package solar deal. We met up with a wildlife rehabilitator, and I think I kind of had her on an emotional roller coaster.
Well, they brought out
They had a buzzard.
and that's what caught our eye. Is like we were walking around, and all of a sudden, here's this lady with this big black, super black buzzard, and I was like,
I was like, wait a minute, she can't have that. That's illegal. What are they doing over there?
So then we went and talked to her, and that was very interesting.
Yeah, I had her an emotion. You know how you can tell when people are like really into what you're saying, and
then
like
you say one thing,
they lean into you, and they're like all into you, and then you say one thing, and they kind of start going
back.
I had this lady doing this. I ain't mean to, but I'm not changing who I am, and I was, we offered to even help, volunteer with their association because what they got going on is really cool. But I'm not changing who I am.
Right.
At the end of the day, a predator is still a predator. I try to teach you guys how to give them their own little area and use deterrents and stuff, but I'm not shying away from the traps.
No.
And
it was funny because as soon as you said, but I still trap, and
the moment she went from this,
up.
she was right here, and we were talking about deterrents and food barriers, and I was talking about, but I still pull the traps out if I have to, and she was like,
oh, and then she was like, he was talking about balance and food plots and barriers and things like that. She was all leaning back in. And then Jason, have you ever had seedlings flower under grow lights? I planted seedlings according to Yes.
Yeah,
it happened to us last year. I have pictures on Instagram. We had
it was the cucumbers.
Squash or cucumber plants.
It was the cucumbers that flowered on us.
Yeah, we had peppers. We had green peppers flower. Suburban had green peppers flower on her last year.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so then he was like talking about that. She's moving forward, and then she's like, but of course, if you don't let your chickens just run around and everything. You're not irresponsible like that. And he's like, of course I do. And so she started to back up a little. Yeah. She's like, but if a fox comes up and comes to start looking at your chickens, you're not going to shoot it, right? And he's like, of course I'm going to shoot it. It's my food. And then it was.
I said, look, there's got to be a balance.
Zucchini, yeah, we had zucchini.
And I pulled Robin's favorite line out that she likes.
I love when he says this.
I said, when was the last time, lady, you saw a raccoon at the Circle K buying a prophylactic? So there's got to be a balance. I use the word you have to manage a lot. And I think that made her uncomfortable. I don't care, but I think it made her very uncomfortable. But when I went around and talked to her the second time, you know,
Because the
she's
second time, that other lady had to screech out
had a screech out. That was cool.
with the little on his head.
But the second time I
His
went
little
around,
beak kept going. And it was so cool, and his eyes were like this. They were huge. They were like this big, and then his little beak was going.
done.
I'm done.
I think she started to, because I kept using the word balance and I kept using the word management, and I think then she started to understand what I was saying, and so yeah, it was a big thing. And when I was just kind of making laps, I probably stepped about 30,000 steps today, so. So, but I mean, look, what her and her organization is doing is a good thing, is a very good thing.
Right, when they're rehabbing animals that need to be rehabbed, then yeah.
Yeah, and I really like, because you guys know that I'm not for relocation, because 90% of the time, the people, when they go to relocate an animal, they don't take it far enough away, and two, they haven't contacted anybody to find out whether or not how good the water source is there, what's the food supply there for that animal, and you could just, again, introduce a sick animal and you have a distemper outbreak, a rabies outbreak.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to monitor comments.
A rabies outbreak or something like that. Now, the way she does how they reintroduce stuff into the wild is extremely cool, and I hope she calls me because I want to go see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go see it in person, because if it works and acts the same way, or if it works the way that she was trying to, or the way that she was explaining it, and it doesn't look like it would be very hard to make, to be honest with you, I'm doing something like that.
With what animal?
Some of the rarer ones. Skunks. Well, not skunks in my area this year.
We have
but your otters, maybe some beeves, some muskrats for our area.
But I kind of agree with what Sub is saying. She's like, most end up messing up with the ecosystem, and they end up starving.
Yep.
And now, one thing I thought that was cool is they had a screech owl there that basically what it looked like had happened was it was born, parents took care of it, and then when they set it loose to go do its own thing, it didn't hunt properly.
Well, no, she said something happened, that it got wounded, and they ended up rescuing it from a creek bed or something.
Anyway, so basically what ended up happening is they rehabilitated it. It was emaciated, very thin, wasn't eating.
Yeah.
So they brought it back up to where it was supposed to be, and then they went to release it. But before they release, they test to make sure that they're capable of hunting as a predator, because it's a prey bird. So they did that, and it wouldn't hunt. So rather than turn it loose, they use it as an educational.
I so want solar power. Can't have it here because of my land.
Mobile homes they can't put on a roof, and it had to be set up on the land. It's the same thing. We were finding that out about security systems.
Yeah.
That like ADT and places like that won't install a security system in a rental, like if you're renting. So I can see that.
My local state park rehabilitates and releases
Bald eagles into the park.
Bald eagles. We saw a bald eagle. Haskin family vlog. What's up? We have not forgot about doing the dance challenge. Hand to God, I promise. We're gonna get to it.
We need to film that this weekend.
We need.
Yeah.
We've just been getting rain. So much rain. Like, it's not even funny. And so we haven't been able to go out and film it. Just like we've got to do the other one, the Origins one from Keto Country Homestead. We haven't forgot about it. It's just we yes. We we
Our mud is swimming.
we just haven't had the opportunity to film.
Haha, I've been wondering, Yellow, you're fine. It's just building up the suspense.
Yeah.
We've had
So-
flooding here as well. Fortunately, we haven't had any flooding yet, but we have definite. You okay there, baby?
No, I dropped my cap.
See, that's what happened to me earlier. I dropped my cap.
But yeah, and I'm super excited about meeting the Haskins family vlog. That when we go out to Arkansas.
Yeah, we have a couple of rivers here. Look, one of the things we saw the other day, going back and forth to the to Anderson.
Yeah, the water was the dam.
The water was going up over the top of the dam, like where they have, you know, like how your tub has that little overflow thing. The dam has the same thing. So there's like these little, 6 or 8 inch, voids, I guess. And so when it gets to, it'll just flow over the side. And it was literally just a constant stream going over the side. They weren't letting dam water at all. It was literally going over the side of it. It was pretty weird.
So it looked like we had a new person in the chat. Tim and
Amy.
Tim and Amy's
Homestead.
How are you guys doing? Hello, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead.
And she said it was Amy here. So
welcome. So
anyway.
So that's super exciting. Guys, we have moved a cold total of 6 inches.
No, we haven't moved at all. I turned the car off.
I know, but I'm saying we were about 6 inches back because you did have to move up to let the people through. Yeah.
Curious, why are you in your car? We are stuck in traffic, and there's like 2 accidents on Highway 85.
Who has that?
Just a second ago. Country Homestead Preacher.
Country Homestead Preacher, what's up? What's up, Preacher man?
We're just kind of sitting here waiting to see what happens.
We're stuck.
And there's really nowhere we can go because we just got on from the off-ramp.
Yeah, thanks Waze for
I
notifying
mean, I would
us.
love to go ahead and have dinner. The problem is we just got off of the on-ramp.
Where are you at on 85? Greenville. We're right here by Mr. K's.
We're good, just listening. Pouring rain.
Pouring rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would love to go eat, but literally we can't right at the second. If we could get up and exit.
Wicked.
Austin J. Wicked Pizza.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Amanda, where are we going? We're trying to go home.
Bandana Grandma was up.
Trying to go home.
Breakaway.
What's up, my peeps?
So,
I'm sitting on
you guys still coming to the shindig? Yeah. As far as I know, I may be doing a little bit of speaking, but I am definitely doing predator control demos there. So
do I seriously see moving? I'm firing up the Prius, y'all. You won't hear a thing.
That's what it makes in my head.
There you go. It turned on.
There you go. Chop, 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 chop. That's the oversized cam we put in there.
The Wyatt Life. Hello, hello.
So, let's see. Yeah. We went to another home and garden show here in Greenville. That's what we were doing up here. Uh-oh. Go before somebody cuts us off.
Oh, I gotta
put it in drive.
I mean drive.
Yeah. And we actually, with us wearing our Big Bear t-shirt, I had a guy come up to me and he said, "What is the Big Bear Homestead?" And I said, "It's a crazy place where people go and like they think they can grow their own food and they can do all kinds of things." And he's like, "Really?" And I was, "No, I didn't say that." I told him what we were. I said that we were basically a YouTube channel that teaches people how to be more sustainable, how to grow your own food, how to raise your own livestock, and how to protect them through predator control, how to do some construction, basic home maintenance, essential oils, dancing, yoga, all those kinds of things. Did we buy anything? No, we didn't purchase anything.
There wasn't really anything as purchasing
No.
like that we would be interested in to go to get, and there really wasn't much in that.
I was excited to see a heating and air company,
Couple of heating and air companies, but the one you saw,
promoting how they are bringing in geothermal
yeah,
units.
energy, yeah, pretty cool.
And so, I had a long conversation with the guys about that. And at first, the one guy was like, yeah, we come in and we plant this, we dig holes down about 3.5 feet, and he told me how they loop it around to basically make the coil. And I was like,
That's brake lights.
That's brake lights. I said, I wonder. Because he was talking about how in the summertime it pulls the hot air out of the house and releases it back in the ground. And I got to thinking, and if it, when the house gets to a certain temperature, it's circulating everything. And I got to thinking, now look, this is how my brain goes. I asked the guy, I said, what if I put a hoop house over that spot where you guys got your little houyas, and I could then plant in that spot, which would help keep my plants warm in the wintertime.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, Mama. And boom. And he said, wait a minute.
There's a lot of comments. You're missing a lot.
Any suggestions for something that scare or slap deterred possums? They chew or broke through my chicken wire. Yes.
Sub, I saw your
Sorry, I'm going to say for a short while that y'all have a great weekend. Everyone, my 3-year-old has surgery today. Got to take care of him. Haskins Family Vlogs, please, in an email at bigbearfarms@hotmail.com, send me his name so we can put him up on the prayer wall. I think he's already up there, though. Suggestions for a possum. Okay. Here's the thing about the old la-la-la-la-lossum. Fla-la-la-la-lossum. Okay. Possums are scavengers. There's a reason why he's there. He found your coop, your chicken area, because something else was there. I try to tell everybody the most important thing with predator control is everything follows its food source. And animals, just like people, they take the path of least resistance. So you had an extremely hungry possum that was that chewed through your chicken wire, because possums usually climb. They usually climb or they'll dig. But they will also break through. But breaking through chicken wire or something like that would make me want to ask you how sure you are that it is a possum and not a raccoon.
That would be my question.
Because a raccoon is strong enough to take the chicken wire and pop it. Where the possum is more, possums are super, oh, you saw it. Okay, good to go. Oh, there's one part of the wreck. Y'all want to see the accident? Here's the accident. Boop.
Oh, gosh.
And just like that, we be rolling. Okay, let me turn this up so y'all can hear me. Add some light on this. I will have an orange tint because the Prius does not come with daylight bulbs in the Prius. I'm sorry.
And now you don't have my attention anymore.
Yeah.
Because I gotta pay attention to the road.
Yeah. So, back to the possum. Electric fencing works great with possums. Motion lights will deter them a little bit, but not much. The electric fencing would really do numbers. Yeah. Now, what I would do with one, I would take down all the chicken wire. I'm not a big fan of chicken wire because it is, when it comes to predators, it's extremely flimsy. Possums can break it, coons can break it, weasels can go right through the holes, and without really any effort whatsoever. I would go to either your welded wire, or I would put up 1/2 inch, if you could, afford it, put up the galvanized 1/2 inch hardware cloth. I gotta plug it now. I gotta plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it.
Oh, hold on a second, y'all. I gotta plug in the phone. Okay, there you're back. All right. The welded wire, and then put in electric wire. Now, I would run my electric wire about 6 to 8 inches above the ground, and then I would run it across the middle, and then I would definitely run it across the top. Now, I'd probably even do a double layer across the top. One right above the top layer of the fence, and then another one about 3 to 6 inches above that one. That way, when he climbs, because, he could start his climb and completely miss the bottom one. And during his path of going up and down, or going up, he could, maybe duck underneath the middle one, or barely skim it across the underside of his belly, and it may not really get his attention. But that top one, he's more than likely gonna put his hands on it, because that's just another wire, and he's thinking hence the reason why I said the welded wire, because then you can put electric wire that's about the same diameter of your welded wire, so to him, in sight, looks like the same wire he's been grabbing, and it's safe. And so then he grabs the hot wire, and zabola, and then he's gonna boogity because it hurt. That's why I like to go with the welded wire versus the hardware cloth or anything like that, because you can get electric wire that is very close to the diameter, at least close enough that it fools a raccoon or a possum or a gray fox, that to them it's not going to hurt them, because it's the same wire that they've been climbing on the whole way up. And then when they get there, booyah! Zappo. My wife and I just bought our first house in the country and plan on having chickens in the spring. What are your favorite breeds? Dual purpose.
Mutts.
I know that doesn't help you at all. I'm not you gotta have Buff Orpingtons, or you gotta have Rhode Island Reds, or you gotta look. Some of the best layers I ever had were mutts.
Whoops.
Sorry, all that Prius power. That Prius power, when she steps on the gas, y'all, you don't know what's gonna happen. But I like dual purpose breeds. So whether it's a Wyandotte or a Buff or Rhode Island Red or New Hampshire or what's the Barred Rocks. Those don't really matter. Delawares. Robin loves the Delawares. But here's my 2 cents. Okay. Rooster wise, to help with predator, I like a Rhode Island Red.
Or a Buff.
Those
guys are mean.
They will stand up for their girls. Okay? But when it comes to the females, it doesn't really care. Okay, now I've got to, hold up. Gotta go back. What about peanut butter smeared on aluminum foil over the hot wire near the ground? That will work also. I do that. That is a trick that I use for deer. Keep deer out of the garden. I'll do that, and it works great. Suggestion for foxes. Okay, foxes. Okay, guys. Remember, guys, I need a favor. One, try to put your question in all caps, and two, if I miss it, just keep asking. I'm on my stupid phone, and so they go so fast, and I only got like that little bit of a window. So do that. Foxes are a little bit harder to deter. They also need the electric fencing. But if you have a dog, get him out there, especially if he's a big dog. Walk him around that chicken coop. Let him urinate and defecate around that thing. That will also help him deter, because remember, a canine is a canine is a canine is a canine. It doesn't matter if he's a timber wolf, a gray fox, or a Taco Bell Chihuahua dog. They're all canines. So that may or may not help. If he's hungry enough, he's going to smell your dog there, and he keep on going. If he's an alpha, and even foxes have alphas, he's not going to care. He's just going to pee where your dog peed, and he's going to keep on rolling. The electric fencings will help. Motion lights will help better with the foxes. But again, there's a reason why these predators are there. You more than likely, if you're having issues with foxes, coyotes, possums, snakes, you have a mouse or a small rodent infestation somewhere.
Yep.
And if you can get that under control, then they'll lose interest. Because believe it or not, they're not really there for the chickens. Path of least resistance. To be able to get into your chicken coop and to be able to run down and pounce on a chicken, best deterrent for stray cats, a BB gun.
Yeah.
BB gun.
So Teresa asked if we got our door back. She sent it back.
Yep, the door is up. Our surprise guest doesn't know, but he's going to help me put up the trim and the screen door. The security door.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but that was a good question. There was another. What other question? There was a question.
I know the one thing that I know Suburban loves it when we. One of the things that we were talking about, the flooding and everything, Lake Lanier, outside of Atlanta, has been super dry for a long time, and it's now, I didn't see exactly what her stats were, but she said this is the first time that it's been super bone dry, and this was like, it's actually got water in it now.
Okay, guys, I know I missed some other questions, so please ask them again and try to get them in all caps, please. Mods, if you've seen some questions that I missed, if you could copy them, bring them in, just let me know which channel asked the question, so then that way I can try to get the answer to them. We're losing daylight.
We're gonna have to cut it here pretty soon.
I'm gonna have to bring it. No, I just bring it in like this.
Oh, okay.
I had to bring it in like this. Now you can see me.
Half of it. Your pretty half.
No, my pretty half is over there. See, that's my pretty half. It's so smoking hot. Okay. Julie Bowles, electric wire expensive. No, not really. You can catch like
the charger is what's expensive. The wire's not expensive.
The wire is super cheap. The charger is what's going to get you. Now, Premier One has a really good charger.
They have a lot of different,
and they've got go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is you have different options. You have plug-in chargers and you have solar chargers. So you do your research on the solar. If you're going to do a plug-in charger, you're just worrying about direct current, that's coming straight from your plug-in. But when you're worrying about solar power, you're having to, I mean, we've run into this. When we have these nasty days like this, you're not getting a whole lot of charging. And so when it's converting it over and storing it for the battery, I mean, after a while, you run out of current.
Yeah. And so I know Premier ones, their solar ones, also come with, when you have days like this, or a long period of where you're getting a lot of rain, you can run an extension cord out there and plug it in.
Yep, they do have some that plug in as well.
You know, or at nighttime when you got the girls locked up in the coop, you can bring it in and plug it in. Okay. Good night. Who was that? That was Life with Linda. Good night. Be careful. God bless. Let me see if I got any other thing. I'm going through the comments. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. I'm almost got to get like real close so y'all can see me in the light. So, I don't know how much rain we have gotten. I know Mama Oldway there where they are 100 inches above the.
Is that what it is?
The yearly average. That was for 2018. They were 100. What's up, Lone Star? So they were 100 inches above average. That's a lot of rain, y'all. Of course, they get hit by the hurricane. I feel like that when I start talking like that and I sing like that, I kind of feel like the little Tiny Prince wannabe dude from the Diet Dr. Pepper. What's he called? Cool Sweets or something like that? Bring in the sweetness. With raised beds, I'm going to do... Can I put extra worms in the bed? Absolutely. I think it was M.I. Gardner that first... I saw the first video that he built a vermicomposting bed. He did it with a 55-gallon drum, I think. We put worm composting tubes in our raised beds last year, and what we did was it was basically it was like a 4-inch chunk of electric PVC, and we drilled a whole bunch of like 1-inch holes, half-inch holes around the whole thing in the bottom, stuck it in the raised bed at the soil level, and then we dumped some compost in the bottom through the tube. Then we just went to Walmart and got a bunch of fishing worms, dumped them in the tube, and then we started putting the stuff that we wanted to put in there, like banana peels, chunks of lettuce, stuff that would go into compost. We just kind of put some of that in there, and those beds are still to this day outstanding. So yes, go ahead and put them worms in there. I would even put a tube in there like what we did. And we're going to be doing that in our garden series. So we're going to be showing that again. So yes, definitely. Do you know of any place around here that I can get food grade 55-gallon barrels?
Who is that? What's her name?
The city girl.
Yes. Maybe not around you, but maybe close to us. So we might be able to figure something out. That place right there by Ingles has food grade, yes. And then also right by the BP, if you go down like you're,
yes,
there's some yes. There. I don't know how much they are. We can check and see.
Yes. So for a delivery fee, we can bring them to you.
Yeah, we could probably next time Blaze runs up to get bread.
Yeah.
We could probably get one for you.
Phoenix Lightwing, how are you doing? Day's been pretty good today. How has your day been?
All I gotta say is thank God for flats.
For what?
For flats.
Oh, flats, yeah. Would zucchini bread be a good delivery fee? I'm in keto, so probably no. That would just make me upset. I'm sorry about that, Phoenix Lightwing. Phoenix Lightwing had a horrible day.
Oh, sorry.
About that. Phoenix Lightwing, feel free if you want to be added to our prayer wall. Hey, just send us an email with your name and kind of what you want us to pray for.
It because there's a lot of people that have sent me stuff that I got to add on there.
We're kind of running out of room, y'all, which is awesome.
Well, yeah, we've got a couple that we've had answered. That was one thing. I got to figure something out, y'all, because we've got like we have like answered prayer. And so I think that's really cool that I've got to figure out a way to indicate that. Like, it makes me think of like the war room when she talks about these are answered prayers or whatever. So I just think that was kind of neat that we've had a couple people that have messaged us and said, man, thank you so much for your prayers. This person got a good result back, or this person came out of surgery great, all that stuff. So that's cool as well. So
God is always working. Hello, hidden within myself.
that's Dave, I think.
Oh, because I asked him if he wanted to be on the prayer wall.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for that. So, y'all, do I seem broken? Just want to know. I don't know what you're talking about. Teresa Dean wants to know if she seems broken. I don't understand that question. Crazy. I love you, but you're crazy.
But we love you.
But we love you. I wouldn't have you any way but crazy. It's like Tanya. Tanya, I love Tanya to death. Tanya just old. Like sitting behind Jesus in second grade old.
She's still in here?
Probably. I know in the second one it says bite me, yeah. Because I've had enough homophobic talk to me today. Well, what about, I guess I'm confused then, Phoenix Lightwing, because what about, I don't understand how putting you on a prayer wall was homophobic. I don't care.
No, it might be that that's what made their bad day.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to talk down to you. If you're gay, I don't care. I don't care. There's 27 other people here, well, 26 other people here will tell you the same thing. I don't care. That's not what I'm about. And, I have gay friends. Some of my better friends are gay.
Yep.
The ones that I trust a lot. I don't care. That's just me. If you're I'm gonna call you one.
We don't care what you are.
I don't care. You straight,
you can be
gay.
purple.
I don't care. You acting like a butthole. I'm gonna call you out on it.
Yep.
You treat me with respect.
That's
You get the same thing. You can get the same thing from me.
Yep.
So that's sad.
What?
That's sad. He says he tends to get a lot of horrible talk from Christians.
I knew that's what he was going to say. And I apologize for that.
Yeah.
I really do, because you can't.
No. Look, I know Jesus meant love that, and when he said love thy neighbor, I knew he meant that, and that's exactly.
And that means everybody. Yeah. That doesn't mean just the people that you like. That means the people you don't like. Mm-hmm. So if I have to love the people I don't like, you better believe I'm going to love people that I don't even know. I mean, that's... Like, I can't judge you based on that. Like, nope. That's not my job.
No, I'm not the judge.
No, not my job.
And look, and here's the... I just had a thought, just lost it.
I hate it when that happens.
Right. And I was going to look really smart, too. Man.
Love thy neighbor. Love your enemy. Trying to spark it. Sorry, baby.
Yes. Ha. Got it. Look. And here's my thing. Okay? And look, I'm not going to Bible thump you and beat you over the top of the head and say you need to find Jesus. Okay?
Because that's not.
But this is what I'm going to say. Okay? Jesus loves you no matter what.
Yep.
Okay? Don't judge Christ by Christians. Okay? And that's a hard concept to get over because I have a problem with that myself. I mean, I'm not a member of a church because I have a hard time with Christians, you know, because there's a lot of Christians out there that treat church like a country club, and I don't feel that church needs to be a country club. The church needs to be open to everybody. And I don't care what you wear, what you dress, and who you lay down at night. That's none of my business, you know.
But at the same time, our channel is about homesteading and stuff like that. So as long as that's what we're talking, I'm not worried about it. It's not. It doesn't come into conversation. It doesn't matter.
No.
You know. No. It doesn't matter what you do. If you grab a shovel and you're digging dirt, planting seeds, then I don't really.
Yep. And so, look, I love Jesus. If you want to talk about Jesus, you want to talk about him privately, hey, I'll talk to you all day long about Jesus. But not one time am I going to condemn you for your lifestyle.
It's not my job.
It's not my place. I love Jesus. I talk to Jesus a lot. I'm not the kind of Christian that can quote the scripture completely. But there is one of my favorite verses, and I don't know, I think it's in Proverbs, where it talks about how I need to remove the log from my eye before I judge the splinter in your eye. And so I try to live my life by that. So you are more than welcome to come in here and ask all kinds of questions about homesteading. You will not be judged. You will not be harassed. You will not... You'll be treated just like everybody else. And if you start acting like a butthole, I'm going to treat you like all the other buttholes. That's the best way to put it.
Flat out.
Flat out. I just don't even care. That's the way it is. So you are more than welcome to stay, my friend. So, do we get to ask when you're going to dye your beard purple and yellow? Why am I going to dye my beard purple and yellow?
It ain't happening, Captain.
No. I thought about dyeing my beard, but Robin said no. So.
Because he wants to get rid of the skunk strain.
Wow. See, Lost Dude's egging me on.
I know. He basically told me the other day that because I was telling him that we still got to get the flooring for the floor area, and I said it's gonna be about $150 probably to get what we need, like a couple boxes, 3 boxes I think. And he's like, "You want that in 10s or 20s?" But he's seriously gonna have to shave his head for that.
I will shave my head bald. I will bick it. I will take a Bic razor.
Oh no! Don't say that. I'm gonna be shaving your head this weekend.
PayPal. Don't be sending me nothing in Super Chat because YouTube gets most of it. Okay? But you PayPal that money. I will. Matter of fact, I'll even up the ante. I'll do it live.
Oh God.
You want me crazy? You want to call it out like that? I'll do it live.
Because he really wants that 4-year finished. Like seriously.
Not even scared.
No. Throw in a bucket of paint and we'll do it live.
Not scared one bit.
I forgot
that. What will you do for stovepipe and how much?
Oh. Yeah, he's the one that said that he would come down and help us with the...
That was Suburban.
Oh, that was Suburban.
Not the braid yet. But I thought about as long right in the center. Is that the French braid? What is the 3?
Just a braid. 3 pieces of braid.
Yeah. What are you doing?
our guest needs gas.
Oh. Okay. Come
Well,
eat some beans.
My thing is that
You can never go past this QT.
gas is 20 cents more, at least, in our city.
That's true.
So it makes sense to stop here.
That's true.
I've already filled up.
Yeah. So, well, while they're filling up, that means Mama can come on again and talk. You could park this underneath a light or something.
I mean, can't really.
Okay, guys. So next question, because we got an hour before Rose goes on. So.
Never get gas off a freeway. They charge more. Well, I'm fortunate enough that we've been through this town
Could you braid
today.
this now?
We've been through this town today, and the price is the same here as it is in town. So it's the same.
Huh? You think you could braid this now?
Probably. Yeah, probably a little bit. But not much. So, if you take a call from a talk about Jesus, we're going to end.
Talking to the FBI. I thought about you today, Spicy.
I need a cup of coffee.
Spicy
I'm
Bear.
starting to get tired. That did not mix with ethanol.
So, hey, look, for a price, I'll dye this puppy anything you want.
No, you won't.
Yeah, well.
No, you won't.
Why not?
Because that's a bad idea.
I'll dye it hot pink for $1,000.
You're so stupid.
I know. $1,000, hot pink.
We'll go see what's got. Whoa, wow, they deep.
Quit yawning, I just did it. So, and what other questions we got tonight? Are you not allowed to pump your own gas in Georgia? No, we can pump our own gas. Robin's not allowed to pump her gas, especially if I'm with her. I will whoop her tail if she gets out to try to pump her gas. Look, I don't like it when Robin and I are together. I don't like it when Robin reaches for a door to open up a door. I do not let her pump her own gas. I don't play. She's not really allowed to carry anything. Must have been doofus. Okay. It's just one of those things. Robin is my princess, and I need to take care of her. She's so beautiful today with the dress that she's wearing. Don't tell her I said that.
What you talking?
Nothing?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, we'll go potty.
I just
Your son is leaving for work now.
already?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That sucks.
It'll be okay. They said you need to stop yawning. It's contagious.
I know. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee because I'm not going to make it an hour.
You get me one too?
Sure.
Thank you. You know what, Teresa? I'm gonna time you out. You good thing that your hooyah came up late. And she didn't get to see it. All right, Phoenix, you're welcome back. Tomorrow we're live again. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, feel free. Yeah. So, Excuse me. This weekend, 14 years ago, is when Robin and I met. No, I'm sorry. It would be Monday or Tuesday is the actual day. It's either like the 5th or the 6th. I think it's the 5th of March is when we met 14 years ago. 15 years ago. 15. No, 14. Next year will be 15 because next year will be 2020. So I'm thinking of trying to do something special for her after our company leaves and everything. I don't know what to do. You know, she's you know, I mean, look, we're trying to get out of debt, so all of our finances is going towards that. So we can't really go out on the town. She doesn't really like it when I buy her flowers. She would rather have me go and pick wildflowers. So I don't know. Um, so I don't know what. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You know, she doesn't like it when I buy her jewelry. Um, so, and I want to do something really special for her because she means the absolute world to me. And I'll be honest with you guys that if it wasn't for Robin, I might have fell victim to the 22. Um, she's helped me through a lot. You know. So I don't know. I want to do something special. I turned 44 on Sunday, I think. 44. Yeah. Yeah, be 44. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. 44 years old. Wish me a happy birthday today. Y'all got to do it tomorrow night. Got to do it tomorrow night. So, but the new front door is up. I'm excited about that. Of course, it kind of looks like this, but that was the only way we could get the door to close. My whole house leans, y'all. I don't get it. Take her to a place where you first met and write a poem or letter to give to her there. That is a wonderful idea, Debbie. The only problem is that place is gone. It was a nightclub. He's such a dork. And the last time we were back in Augusta, it was a bridal shop now, which we find absolutely hilarious. The place that we went on our first date, it really pisses me off. It was because it was that night, and for some reason, Robin calls this our first date, and I don't know why. But we met at the nightclub. Oh, here she comes. So I gotta make this quick. And then we both wanted to get out of the nightclub, and we went. Thank you, my love.
You're welcome, my love. I think they're ready to go.
Okay. And I'm telling them this story about how we first met.
Oh. How are you feeling my lap?
Wasn't going into that detail.
Oh.
And so we went to the IHOP. to have breakfast. And
Breakfast there again.
the place is gone. It's leveled.
Right, but a different one. Different IHOP.
Did you put ice cubes in it too?
I did.
Thank you.
It might not be enough, but I put quite a bit in there.
Thank you. And somebody over here just ordered pancakes. And
Oh, he's right there. Just kidding.
He had to go pee.
He had to go pee pee too.
And he
I'm taking up like 4 parking spaces
Yes.
right now, y'all.
Yep. And so
In my
I'm
Prius.
trying to tell the story.
I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna dump this. Oop, can't dump it out with the window up. That would have been a bad day. And I got 4 eggs
With a steak.
scrambled with cheese and a steak.
Yep.
And
Is it black coffee?
it's black coffee. And somebody, and I think this is the reason why Robin calls it a date.
Are they right there? Yeah.
Yes. He's waiting on us.
I can't see with my window. I mean, my mirror. No mirror.
Somebody, after she ordered her pancakes, ate her pancakes, but she was still hungry. And as we were talking, proceeded to, without fear, which was very impressive, reach over
Like, remember, I know this dude. Like, I met him an hour previous.
and started eating my eggs and steak. She's just like, as we're talking. And I'm thinking, what? This girl is psycho.
It's really hard to tell if they're coming or going. Yep. Started eating your steak. Eggs came with pancakes. I was trying not to, like, incur any cost. So I was like, well, your meal comes with pancakes, so I'll just eat your pancakes. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. That works.
That's right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's why I was trying not to, like, impose at all. Because I just met this guy. So I ate his pancakes. So he let me eat his food. He let me eat his pancakes. So I'm like, well, I'm still hungry. So maybe he'll let me eat my steak. Or eat his steak. So I started eating his steak.
But I never said anything, but I fell in love right there. The fact she was comfortable enough with me right then and there to be reaching across the table. And we stayed in there for like an hour and a half. Like,
It was longer than it was like 2 hours. We were there for a while.
just talking. And Robin was coming out of a marriage. I was coming out of a marriage.
I didn't want to have anything to do
And
with
so
people.
we did
in
not
general.
want to have a relationship.
Let alone guys. Not even. Nope.
But we enjoyed each other's conversations so much,
We were laughing, having a good time.
we started just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And we became best friends.
Yep.
It was almost 2 months,
3 months.
3 months before we even kissed. Officially kissed.
Right.
I didn't see April's motion. So,
Oh, that says stop here on red. I'm gonna stop here on red.
but
Ow, my head.
the one thing that I should have done before I proposed was ride with her and let her drive more.
Mm-hmm. No, watch. No, the problem is that in this area, for some reason, where you normally would just yield and merge into traffic, for some reason they put a stoplight there. And then they have a sign that says no turn on red, at which I hardly ever come this way, so I don't catch it until the last minute.
So,
We can go ahead and...
yeah.
We've been on for an hour.
But, like I said, I just wanted to kind of come on, do our
Q&A
normal Q&A
without-
on the road since we were stuck in traffic like that. And burning up in here.
That's because you're drinking hot water. I mean, hot.
Oh, it's hot
coffee.
water? You just gave me hot water and put a little fake creamer in it?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, John's okay.
Yeah.
But if there's a troll in here, get rid of him.
Yep. I want to have my moderators that are still in here. I want to try to talk with you guys possibly sometime tomorrow before the live stream. I gotta set some strict guidelines to the channel now.
Especially for the chat.
Yeah, especially for the chat. Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead and get rid of his comments for me, please, because I don't want that on my channel. If it was super nasty, you know, if he said anything about me, I don't care. If he said something about my bride, I don't want to hear about it because I'd probably be very angry. Yeah, that's all I'd probably be, is because it's not like I can do anything about it except for block him. Tim Beverly's so funny.
What'd he say?
He said, I see a hobbit, not a troll.
I'm going to tell Ladessa you called her a hobbit.
Oh! 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 That's funny. So guys, if you got any last minute questions, now's the time to ask. If not, we're going to go ahead and not die. Not die. We don't want to die.
I've got to drive differently because I got somebody following me, y'all. I'm sorry.
See, the things, I love my wife to death, but I will fuss about her driving, and then she looks at me and she'll say something like, "But did you die? Did you die?"
No, my better question is who's had the wrecks and who hasn't.
You know,
who's
had
the tickets and who hasn't.
Oh, really? Who's the one with the most recent ticket?
Like 3 years ago?
Okay,
5 years ago?
I haven't had a ticket in that long. I haven't had a ticket since we got here.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That I don't know about.
How could you not know about
You could have paid for it and not told me.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and the wrecks, when I get rear-ended, do not count against my driving ability.
Doesn't matter. Do you have wrecks?
I
have 0. Just saying. You've had like 3 since I've known you. I've had 0.
I've been rear-ended.
And sideswiped.
Yeah.
Yep. Rear-ended, sideswiped, lost a tire. I mean, shit, he's done all kinds of things.
Again, none of them my fault.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Superior driving right here.
Whatever. Uh-huh. See, Lost Dude says the same thing. His wife is the same way. Mm-hmm. So, John. Martian Manhunter is in the house. I thought that was his channel. I saw pop up a couple times making comments, but I wasn't sure.
Yep.
So,
see, here we are in town, same price.
yep.
Just saying.
Honk honk, beep beep, city girl, country heart.
Yeah, we're close.
We're close.
Not super close.
Not super close, but we're close. So honk honk, beep beep. So.
All right. Well, sounds like nobody else has any questions.
Yep,
So
that's
we'll
what I
let
was thinking too.
everybody go.
So we're gonna
Focus on driving.
near Jefferson. No, we're not. Which one? Did you move mine?
Yes, yours is right there.
No, we're near, and we are in Anderson right now.
We just turned at the QT going back towards our house.
I think April needs to probably come over this weekend if she can.
I think she had something going on. I thought I remembered. Because you threw it out there that if anybody wanted to come over.
Yeah, I thought she said she wanted to.
Oh, well, I mean, if she can, that's fine.
April, do you still want to come over this weekend? We're going to do a little she's doing taxes tomorrow. Okay, so is that going to...
Tomorrow,
This, you want to come over tomorrow evening?
Or
And you
tomorrow
can be on the
after
live.
taxes,
Yeah,
or
tomorrow
whatever.
after taxes. Something. Do a little thingy thing. Hey, Jason, have you ever tilled your garden? Yes. Matter of fact, I inherited my grandfather's tiller, his Troy built tiller in the 1952 tiller. And we finally let it go, though. So, but yes. Ooh, that's a lot of hair right there. I'm going to just flip this baby around like this. I'm going to be a gangster. How'd that work out for you? It did rather well, but here's the thing. Look, I grew up. I'm back here. I grew up, and my papa was teaching me how to garden, and grow my own food. We just said honk honk beep beep to you, um, city girl. Well, that's all we did was till. Um, Now the more, how do you say this? The more that we learn about gardening, and the more that we learn about plants, and their life cycle, um, the more we realize, and soil makeup and stuff that in the soil. Um, we're learning that we don't need to till. And so, okay, guys, I got to get off and help Robin because we have lost our guests. We will pick this up. Whoever, uh, I forgot who. Teresa, you asked that question. Ask it again tomorrow night, please, and we will pick this up then. But I have to help Robin right now. So, you guys, thanks for coming. I almost died. And, oh, now she's stopping. So, but anyway, ask it again tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see you guys then. Night. Want to say night?
Good night.